Hello. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's stream. We're gonna have some fun today. The market is still seeing some volume from earnings reports, and then there's also quite a bit of biotech movement with pandemic stuff going on. So we'll take a look at possibly some penny stocks today, which will be interesting. And as I go through these, please feel free to post in chat anything that you're watching as well, and we can look at that. All right. Let's start building a watch list. We have a line here. This is up big. Let's check out the daily chart. It looks like we're playing with all-time high and gapping up to 425 up here. Big gap up, pushing through that 400 resistance. No resistance on the daily chart for us to use. So a breakout of pre-market high 431. There is some support here at 415 in pre-market that we can watch and consider. Does look like this might be on the lower side of volume. We'll see at the open. That's worth adding though. at&t. Yeah, good news. It's been down lately. It's actually been coming close to this 26 support level. Looks like today's news is kind of saving it. 28, it's gapping up to here. We have SR at 28, so we'll see if it stays above that. If it does, we could use 28 as a stop and take it up to 29. It's the next whole number. It's as simple as that. So we'll see if there's a trade opportunity there. Volume is good. Of course, a crowd favorite, Tesla. This is up over 4% today. Gapping up to 440. Came down and tested that 420 level that I talked about last week in stream that it would, and it did. It turned down and tested 420. And then the next level it will either test is 400 or go back up to 450 and try to test 500. So it looks like it's doing the latter. It's gapping up to 440 here, which doesn't look that high on the chart, but it is 4%. And then we will watch this one possibly over 450 for a continued move up, or if we can get a good trade with 450 as a target. We have pre-market high 446. Maybe if we take it over some resistance here, like 442, stop 440, and then we have targets at 446 and 450. That's not too bad. We have KO. Good volume. It's gapping up to 51. High pre-market is 51.61. That's this resistance that you can see was tested here and here. From the gap fill way back here, it's support over here as well, this level. So this is a pretty big level that we're playing with, actually, this pre-market high. So this is going to be one of my top watches. I wish there was a way to highlight. There is. There we go. So we can highlight there, actually. That makes it super easy. So in Thinkorswim, I haven't done this before, and it actually looks like, yeah. So you can go into the settings, right click, or click over here in the settings bar, mark row, or just control space, and that will highlight the row. It's not, I wish it was a different color so that when something else is selected, you didn't see it like that, but oh well. Siri. This is gapping up to 6. Little gap up to resistance. It's worth watching. See if it can get over 6. BGI. We have a penny stock here. This one is... I actually saw some negative news last week. That's this move down. It looks like it's spiking up. I don't see the news that it's spiking up on. So it must be a sister play of something else. But it's gapping up all the way up to 125. It's pretty significant. Yesterday, I suppose it did have a big green day as well. So 125 will bring it up here. It hit 150 pre-market. That's all the way up here. So then it's playing with this day's range up to 2. So we might see a test up to 2 from 150 all the way up to 2 again. So we'll see if there's a play there for us. All right, let's look at BPTH. Another biotech company gapping up to 530, went all the way up to 717 pre-market. That's all the way up here, which is very strong SR in this stock. The last time it spiked up, it hit 7. Where's it at now? 5. I'm excited about today. Today is going to be, I feel like, a good trading day. We have a large variety in stocks to trade, which doesn't happen all the time. Usually you have 1 or 2 sectors that are doing particularly well. Like yesterday, we had the tech and the online sector doing very well. But today we have a little bit different of a play in the market. There's the opening bell. Let's get started here. KO is my favorite marked for the day, so I'm going to open up this one, get my lower chart aligned properly. Let's just refresh what we were looking for in KO. We have 52 resistance that we want to take this over. It's pulling back out of the open. We might take this up to pre-market high as a target. A line is just shooting off at the start. We want to see a pullback before we get into any long positions in that one. Tesla, same thing. We want to see a pullback, but we do like this one playing around with these resistance levels before we get in, so we can see how it's acting this morning. See if Tesla got out of bed on the right or the wrong side. All right, KO pulling back, that's good. It's gonna give us a good entry over 51.20. I'm gonna quickly do a run through, and then we'll come back to KO. We have ADIL coming up, but this was my least favorite one. It pulled back, came up on the second candle. Still my least favorite on the day, but as far as all these penny stocks go. KMB, no pullback. Peloton I also like. Okay, KO is dropping down further. Hey, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. I think the follower, the notification thing on screen is broken. I need to go in and edit that. It looks like it comes up but doesn't show the name. All right, Tesla's pulling back. Look at that big spike. That's an issue with Teslas. It's so messy with these wicks that it's hard to put stop placements and targets. All right, a line is just shooting off. No entry here, unfortunately. Probably could have taken it over this pre-market resistance level. But usually we like to see a pullback so that we know where to place our stop in the live market. Placing stops based on pre-market data it's a little bit iffy, because you don't know if that level is actually an important level in that stock. Tesla's coming down big. Everything's pulling back. Everything is pulling back. We have BPTH moving up, but we have this resistance at 560 that it couldn't break. So we want to see it over that resistance first. And now it's pulling back. 𝗬𝗏𝗂 making its break. This one is playing with nothing. 330 is its all-time high. No. 450. It's its high in the past 3 years at least. But not much going on in these candles. All right, it's moving up. All right, T broke out. We're going to take this one. Just one call. We're taking this one at the break of this pre-market high. Let me draw on the levels for you. We're taking AT&T over pre-market high right there. A stop, that's what, 28.11, and then we have a stop under low of day, which will be a 31-cent stop, so that's 42 cents. And then our target, we're going to head over to the daily chart. We have resistance 28.30 slightly, but the next good level is going to be 28.50-ish, 28.65 on the daily chart. Whoa. All right, 28.65. There, let's change this. Edit properties, gold. Okay. This isn't a big mover traditionally. AT&T doesn't make big breakouts, so this one will have to be throughout the morning or we let it stop out. Whatever happens, we'll let happen. All right, let's run through. A line is taking a breather. How expensive are these options? Too expensive for us. Naturally, so if we can't even trade a line or Tesla, I'm just going to take those off of our watch list. If you are trading with more money, feel free to trade these ones, but in this small account challenge, they're just unavailable to us. What is the pattern on T that I'm trading? The pattern on T is playing with pre-market. So we have this resistance tested twice in pre-market, came down. We saw a red candle and a green candle. There's a possible entry over this green candle, stop under it, and then target at this level. But then we just watched this one slowly come up. Instead of all, you can see KO came down. Now it's only up 1.6%. Not too excited about it. We have T making a little bit of its move up. Again, this is a behavior trade. Based on the behavior of this stock, we expect it to slowly come up and then see a turnaround or no turnaround because, I mean, it has plenty of room to go within here. There's quite a bit of good news for AT. Let's check gap downs. I'm watching 𝗬𝗏 this morning. 𝗪𝗏𝘠𝗧𝘂𝗧𝘂𝗧𝗧, welcome. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate chat interaction. It helps the stream be more entertaining for other viewers as well as gets the dialogue flowing. And trading's a very lonely sport. So if you can incorporate trading with a stream, trading with friends, trading with people, I hope to one day open up some sort of trading cafe. That'd be awesome. So it means a lot when people are talking and sharing ideas. You're looking at 𝗬𝗏. I was watching 𝗬𝗏 this morning as well. You can see it's on my watch list over here. Good earnings today. 604 pre-market high. It's coming up U-shape up to the $6 level. We might take it over 6. Big resistance level on the daily chart. See it up to 620. What's our stop? Our stop will be 594. So we can take this over 6, stop 594, and look for 620. Does have options, interesting enough. And I'm going to, because this is a $6 stock, that's going to not be too many shares. So I'm going to try and get in one contract at 5. Oh, 50. It warned me that 50 was way too high of a price. Thank you, TD Ameritrade, for not screwing me over there. We're going to get into 𝗬𝗓 into an option contract. This is a small account challenge. We started with $500. You can see up here in the top left corner. We started this Monday. We're already up to $700 in equity. So a $6 stock, I'd like to buy normally 100 shares of a stock at least to make it worth purchasing a stock instead of an option. And in this one, that will take up the rest of our buying power, so I'm not doing that. I have one contract for 6, LOL. We have the same idea. So we have one contract for 6. We're taking this breakout of 6. I honestly don't, I feel comfortable doing it. Let me explain a few things about this one. I don't like the movement of this stock. It's very slow. It's not making big moves. I do like this volume spike, but that's on a red candle. Let's put our stop at this level. And then our target was 620, I believe. And we'll see 1-to-1 way before that. We'll see. This is our 1R, our one risk, how much we're risking. Right now we are risking 6 cents. So if we see 606, that's enough to start thinking about taking profits. We're gonna label our entry as gold there. Might see this one curl down though. So this one just doesn't feel wonderful. It feels slow, and for this cheap of a stock, you don't want it to be slow, especially when it's playing with. What other stocks are you all watching? Let's quickly check. Looks like T is coming down, testing our entry level again. We've seen this happen quite a few times this week already, where we have a resistance level, we take the break of it, stock moves up, doesn't hit our target, comes down, tests our entry, tests that resistance as support, and that's actually a good thing that we want to see, because this level, this resistance level, was left unsatisfied on the break. So as the higher and higher and higher this moves up, all right, let's scan our gap ups, change the volume requirement to 2 million since everything is over that anyways, except for a line. ALGN actually is under 2 million. But it's the only one that really made a good move up. Could have taken this one over 445, stop under 437, 437.50-ish. Take it up to 1-to-1, and then see what it does around 460. But this one was too expensive for us to play with in the small account challenge. T looks like it's coming down. You can see this was a support level. See 4 candles in a row. This candle closed on that level. This candle, doji, couldn't break through it. This candle, inverted hammer, still couldn't break through it. This candle, hammer, still couldn't break through it. And then these 2 candles finally broke through it. So the bears are getting a sigh of relief right now, and we'll see if the bulls can take advantage of that moment of sighing that the bears are taking. And we talked about this one when we got in. It wasn't necessarily a breakout trade. This is more of a range trade, a trend trade. This is trending up. If we draw in from the pre-market chart even, you can see this one is trending up. It's about to test this trend line even. You can see on the top side too, it's in this trend up, and we took it on this break of this resistance level right here. It's almost like a pennant pattern. We have this flat top, this trend line as support, and then broke up here. And so we're saying this is trending up. We think it's going to slowly move up throughout the course of the day, and we want a piece of that move, but we want to be confirmed. We don't want to buy it right down here on the bounce off of a trend line, because then it could curl over and break under the trend line. That'd be very bad, and our stop will be right here. So we'll get stopped out really fast. There's no trade there. But taking it above this resistance level after it bounced off of the trend line, we have 1-to-1 or more than 1-to-1 to our next daily resistance at 28.65. So this is more of a trend trade. That's why we took this trade. Chris was asking earlier what the pattern here was. It's more of a trend trade than a morning breakout. You see me trade a lot what I call OBO trades, opening breakouts, and that's where a stock breaks out of the morning. Let's try and find a stock that kind of did this. I mean, there obviously were none, or I would have traded it. Just something close enough for an example. We can check out an OBD setup from yesterday. All right, was that chart even? Like, let's look at Square here. It's not gapped up enough for me to take an opening breakout. Imagine it's gapped up over 4%. You see how if it were gapped up over 4% and then it has these red candles, it comes down, sets a level, a support level that we could use as a stop loss. A stop loss is a level that you put in on the chart that you tell yourself you're going to sell if the price gets below that stop loss level. And it's just a way to manage your risk so that when you enter a target, you can see, okay, I'm risking this much and my potential reward is this much. If my potential reward is less than my risk, then it's not worth taking the trade. Anyways, OBO trade in this would have been, if this was again up over 4%, it pulls back, makes this U-shaped formation, and then comes up, tests this high of day. It set our stop loss. We put our stop loss there, test this high of day. We enter here at this break, and then we take it to the next resistance level. That is an OBO trade. I'm going to quickly draw this in. So it has a high of day out of the open. It comes down, sets a level that we could use for a stop loss, and then it moves up and tests the next resistance level. That's an OBO trade. I'm not sure there's just a plain drawing tool here, but we're going to draw in this arrow. You would direction up. You would buy this right here and take this long there. So you can see this trade comes down, tests this resistance level, moves up. That's an OBO trade. All right, let's remove these drawings really quick. And then Chris, you're saying something about T look like a bear flag right now. I don't see a bear flag. I guess you're saying T is moving up. There we go. What's Peloton doing? All right, we have save. We have Delta has made it. I was wondering if this one would. So these are airlines are moving, which we knew airlines are moving this morning. Pre-market, they just weren't gapped enough. See, this is ranging quite a bit. Hitting the upper trend line or close to it. Might be able to see a test of this upper trend line. If we draw this in, trend line is going to take us up to 33.80-ish today, 33.50 tomorrow. And then we have a lower trend line here, which is almost perfect in this stock. I want to be on 2-minute chart now. We did see a bull flag here using this pre-market candle, which is interesting. So moved up. Here's a flag, Chris, what we were talking about earlier. this sharp move up, looks like a flagpole straight up, and then it oscillates up and down and then breaks out again. So you could have taken delta over 30. What's delta doing? Is it giving us a formation? So we see this upper trend line up here that it might hit, might test today, but it's just straight up there. It hasn't given us, except for this move in the morning, which it wasn't gapped up that much. So we weren't too confident in airline stocks. It's not giving us much. 67%, there you go. So Chris here has a 67% win rate. He's a graduated student from Inlight. He's an Inlight trader now. And lost some during your vacation to Dubai. That's understandable. You shouldn't have even traded during your vacation. Yeah. There you go. You know. I'd like to possibly get into a trade here in Delta, but it needs to pull back for me. I don't want to get in during just a straight move up. BPTH is coming up with some volume. We do have the buying power to get 100 shares. See if it breaks. There it is. So we're in BPTH, got into a market order, it's spiking up a little bit. Trying to get in on the 550 break, it filled me at 558. And we're taking this one over. You can see that there's a lot of room for this one to move. Pre-market, it's spent the morning figuring out what it wants to do. And we have a lot of room for this one to play around. I don't think, I'm not using this $6 resistance as a serious resistance level. I tested it once in pre-market. What do you think about KMB under $139, stop 140? Can be under 139, stop 140. Has a nice curl to it. Let me switch my drawing tools really quick. Okay, under 139, stop 140, 140.75. I don't see 140.75, but the top of this candle is 140.22, or just a stop at 140. Looks like it wants to move up though. Yeah. Looks like BPTH, another fake. It's had 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks up that have faked people out. But this has the potential to move. What I really liked about this one in the moment was its increase in volume. It had more volume in this move up than it did out of the open. Normally you see the most volume in a stock at the opening candles. And this is gapping up, and it got over this 550 daily resistance level that we talked about pre-market. And then we have next level at around 680, which is a pretty big move. We'll see. I don't know if it has the steam to get to 680, but we'll draw it in anyways. Not what I meant to do there. In this one, we got into just the straight up stock. This isn't a an option trade. There are no options in this one available, so we'll be able to stop out if it hits our stop, which hopefully it doesn't. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. Today is a earnings day that's a bit slower than we would like. And that's because the stocks that have their earnings aren't ones that usually make big moves. Our T trade is bouncing off of that, our entry level again as support. That's good to see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see quite a few people pouring in here. if you're trading with me, feel free to say hello. Let us know what stocks you're trading, and we could look at them here on stream, analyze them, talk about them, have a conversation about them. 𝗬𝗂, again, it's stopped out. We talked about this one. This is an option trade, and we got in at the cheapest option price in this one at 5 cents. So it stopped out. Notice it stopped out. 𝗪𝗵𝘁, if you're in for more, you should be stopped out of this one if it was a day trade. It's below low of day. I shouldn't say should have. If you were trading my trade plan, then you would be stopped out. But I don't know what your trade plan is. Just make sure you're sticking to your rules, sticking to your plan. But in this one, I'm most likely just going to let it expire. My max loss is $5 because I got in the option price so cheap, practically zero. And the expiration is for next Friday. So if it can move up to 620 by next Friday, we'll make some profit. There's no reason to, even though you should always listen to your stops, this is a very unique situation. So I want you all to be aware of that. Now we're testing this 5 support area in BPTH. BGI is playing around with $1. That's another thing. Everybody is joining in a little bit late. There's quite a few penny stocks. Delta drilling back up. 5-minute chart's not looking terrible. Maybe take this one over 32.60. Very tight stop. See if we have the buying power. We do. Take it over 32.60 up to high of day. Very tight stop right here. 32.50, 32.48. See what the 5-minute chart does. I'll go ahead and take this one because the stop is so tight. We're in a 94. No, I use Robinhood and they have some weird thing about making me pay in higher increments or something like, oh, that's ridiculous. I mean, the increments in 𝗬𝗂 are 5 cents naturally. It's in increments of 5 cents, but you should be able to get in. Pull back in BPTH. Let's run back to Delta. He might be talking about this one. If you're talking about this as a reversal pattern, we can talk about this. So if you think this is going to reverse, based on the 5-minute chart, came up, turned around. There's not much of a reversal pattern here. Maybe it's not even an inverted hammer there. And coming back down, and you think that this will reverse from here. And it could be just setting a lower high here on this candle that we're trading on right now on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, okay. You are talking about Delta. So it could be setting a lower high here and then come back down and be a reversal. Absolutely, you could be correct. I'm seeing it as it could either be that, or it could be it made one move up. It had some chop out of the open, made its break up, pulled back, and now it's resting, and it might make a second move up. So I'm trading that second move up. Usually stocks that have the attention of the market, which airlines do right now. If it has this second move up, then you could see here pretty good reward to high of day and even higher to potentially 33 whole number. And the stop is so tight in this one. That's why I liked this one to get in. I am taking a reversal trade, but I'm taking a reversal trade on this pullback. So you can see there's these candles here, 5 red candles in a row. Thank you for the follow, 𝗪𝗵𝘁. I appreciate it. So you see these 5 red candles in a row coming down, this doji candle right here that we entered over the high of, stop under the low of that one, and we're taking this move up. So it is a reversal, as you say, but not a reversal on the trend of the day. I still think this is uptrending for the day. We're just taking the secondary move up. And if it doesn't, if it does curl down, as I believe you're thinking, and it's setting a lower high now and comes back down, our stop is so tight that that's okay. I gotta go, but I had a good time, so I'll definitely be back. 𝗪𝗵𝘁, I appreciate. If you click that blog post, You will get daily updates on what's going on with the small account challenge. If you're unfamiliar, I'm doing a small account challenge. I opened up an account this Monday with $500 and we're already up big on this account, which is awesome. And so I am putting updates on that blog post every single day, all of our trades with screenshots of the verified trades, the verified orders in TD Ameritrade. So you know that this is all real. This is a real account. I'm actually trading this money and I'm actually growing this account. T is making its move up. It's going to be a long stream video for me to edit after I close down this stream. Long trading session with not much going on. That's the worst kind. We have Delta is making its move up, coming close to that high of day level. We are up $6.50 on this trade. Any profit is good. We're okay with any profit. We want to see some volatility in this to bring that option price up though. Luckily we got in on some low volatility. But these option prices don't move much in this stock, especially a week from today. Let's see if this will hit our target. It did hit our 1-to-1, so we have to take that into consideration. No problem, Cygnus. Again, I appreciate you being here. Siri, not doing anything. It's going back to his roots, hovering around 586 area with no volume. Nothing, no movement in the candles, no bodies in these candles. Shouldn't say no volume, there's some volume, but no real price action. KMB is coming back up. I'm glad you didn't take a short trade in that one, Chris. BBTH. Nothing really, let's hit the scans again. Nothing has changed. We can look at Snap. Snap did break over yesterday's high. Yesterday's high is, what are we doing here? Yesterday's high was 89, 38.89. We just tested that. That's essentially a test of that 38.89 level. We want to see this one probably come back down. I'd love to see a break of it, but it just doesn't have the steam today to break. You can see Snap on the daily chart. It's just hovering up in no man's land. Has zero price history of being up this high. Might actually look for a short position in this one, but I don't have the buying power today actually, so never. BPTH, decent move up. T, decent move up. T is coming up over high day. On T long over 28.25. That is right here. Yeah, I could see that. Stop 28.10. That's where my entry was. I could see that, but then you have high of day. Is that 1-to-1? High of day would be 11 cents away. Yeah, I suppose. No, that's not 1-to-1. You have a 15-cent stop, 11 cents to resistance at high of day. So I don't like that trade that you said. I prefer the trade that I took at the beginning of the day. We took T over this resistance level from pre-market out of the open. It's been trending up ever since, and we talked about this one when we got into the trade, saying that this will probably be a trend, a slow trend up, not a break, not an OBO, an opening breakout. And then again, scanner's not showing much, although the market is it in the red now? Yeah, the market is down. So let me switch. Okay, no 1-to-1 on high day yet. Let me switch to gap down and see what's going on in this half of the market. Whoa, that volume is too high or too low. Number of stocks is too high. We want to change the price to 200 maximum. All right, we have ENPH. You guys remember this one? Big move down yesterday, secondary move today, but there's no trade opportunity there. Tal we were watching earlier, I remember. Under this, was it? Under like 71 area? Remind me where we were watching Tal. Because it did end up moving down. But under 71-ish. Yeah, we were watching this under 71, stop 72, target 70. That worked out, 1-to-1 trade. And it continued down. It broke through 70, so you probably wouldn't have gotten out at 70. You would have held on, came up, came close to testing 70, missed it by a couple cents, continue back down. You could take profits down here. So that's a pretty good trade in Tal. If any of you took that, we talked about that one earlier. I didn't end up taking it. I don't think I had the buying power for it. If T break that 2840 level, it's going to shoot up. No, this one doesn't shoot up. 2840 isn't a significant level here. And this stock doesn't shoot up. It's not in its nature. But it might continue moving up, which is good. We are up in T here, $7.50. It's a small trade. We got into the option at 27 cents. And it looks like no volume in these options. No, there's some. We're up to 36. Not bad. Overall down 42, 43 on the day, and that's because of this BPTH trade, which wasn't a beautiful trade, but it wasn't a bad trade either. This is a penny stock that has no movement usually. You can see these candles all have nothing. No price action. They have no bodies. And then today, all of a sudden, there's some good bio, med, and biotech news out. And so this made a huge move up, huge volume. And a lot of times penny stock traders like to push these up into the lunch session. So we'll see what this happens. Maybe power hour will be good here. We'll see. We're going to keep holding on to it. Has good volume spikes. So when we got in, had a lot of volume. Even if I take a loss, even if I stop out and take a big loss in this one, I don't regret getting in at all. The trade was worth taking. And we'll just manage our risk accordingly. Series slight move up back to this support level again. This one normally our stop level would be here at this red line at the low of day on this move up. We took it on this break up here and it's just been going down ever since, which is unfortunate. This is a similar situation. Sirius XM doesn't have much movement usually in its candles, but today it does. So it's trading a little bit differently. You can see the support level is now acting as resistance, which we expect. However, I got into this option so cheap at 5 cents, and 5 cents is actually the cheapest you can get into an option. So this one we're probably just going to let expire next week, or give it expires on the 30th, so we can give it a chance to move up for the next week. We don't have to get out of this one. We're not in any rush because we're going to take that loss no matter what, whether we close it out now at the stop level or we close it out next Friday. We'll take the same loss either way. Peloton under 122, stop 1. Peloton, I am not taking any trades in because this was a gap down. There's a pretty big gap down, and then it came up to break even, and then it moved up a little over 1%, and now it's back down around break even. So the fact that it broke through its break even level and continued up, it's practically sideways on the day. So I don't see a trade in this one. It's just going to range sideways throughout the rest of the day. Cancel Peloton, break 123. Yeah, broke 123, broke that stop level. Yeah, and this is in such a huge range. You can't take a stop that tight in this. It's ranging a lot today. 123 wasn't a significant level at all in this either. None of these candles tested this one a little bit as support. These somewhat, but 124 is a bigger level, 125 even more so. What's Delta doing? Delta broke through our target. We're going to watch this one now. See if it shows any hesitation. We can get out. We can see our position. We're up $15. We're going to get ready with a closing order here. Create closing order, sell Delta. And we can get out at 13, looks like on the ask. Undercut the ask by a penny. And see what this one does. You can see it's breaking out. It's breaking out pretty big now. And that volatility is good. Volatility is good in options because it makes option prices a little higher. So we can get 114. We're just seeing how high this one can go. It broke our target. If it comes down back to our target, we can get out, secure our target, make sure we don't take a loss on this trade, make sure we don't lose our profits on this trade. But now that it's hovering up above our target, there's no reason to panic and get out and not try and get some extra profits as it tests 33, a whole number, which we talked about when we got into this trade, that we knew it would try to test 33 if it broke high of day. So we're seeing it hit 32.96. That's close enough for a test, but it didn't get close enough. Looks like it's coming back down. Volume on this candle is really good. Volume is increasing. You can see this previous candle, high volume. Now volume is increasing on this candle, which tells me that this wants to move up. We can watch the level 2. We have more buyers on the bid than sellers on the ask. We watch the sellers getting eaten up as the price moves up. Price is moving up. We have this big buy right here on the bid, and then the sellers are dropping as the price moves up. That means bulls are winning over the bears. If you imagine them butting heads, moving back and forth, the bulls are slightly winning currently. We want to keep watching this and watch it for a break of this 33 level. Good volume on that last candle. All right, a little bit of excitement this morning. 32.98, new high of day. Hesitating a little bit. You can see some more people on the ask. Lots of volume happening in these candles. You can see the 5-minute chart looks really good. Came up, little red breather here, and then broke through the high. I mean, I don't see this one coming down, closing with a wick, and then turning around on the 5-minute. So we'll see. I hope, of course, scratch that. We talked about earlier not to have hope in the stock market, but I do hope that this, for the company's sake, that this move does well, not even for my sake. Because with the second wave and all this news coming out, it's harsh on these airlines. But it seems like they're still traveling. Okay, we see the 5-minute chart looking really good. We're at high of day currently. Huge wall on the ask as this is trying to break through 33. We are up to 115 on the option price. I'm going to get ready at 120 on the break. We broke through that wall. We're breaking through the next wall. You can see big walls on the ask that are getting eaten up. We hit 33. We're just looking for the bulls to win over the bears here. It's an intense fight back and forth. Now that this has tested 33, we want to see if it gets a harsh rejection at 33 or if it breaks through. I think this looks like it's going to break through. We have a lot of buyers. And other than that, there's not much going on. There's no other trades that are worth getting in. I'm out of buying power for the day. TAL, this was a wonderful trade we talked about. Entry 71, stop 72, take it down at least 70. And you would have been holding on to this ever since because it never came up and retested 70 and it broke through 69 and it didn't retest 69. So you'd be still holding on to this one. Beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade. All right, BPTH pulling back now. So I'm going to watch this one throughout the course of today. see if it gets another volume spike during the lunch session like we talked about, which is started 7 minutes ago. And then I am also holding on to AT&T and Sirius that I will watch throughout the day. But this stream has gone on long enough. I need to get to editing this stream down for YouTube. And these trades could take Sirius, we're holding on till potentially next week. AT&T could take the lunch session to reach our target, and then BPTH will either stop out or break up and hit our 1-to-1 or a target. And I'll fill you in on Instagram, Twitter, StockTwits, all of that. So make sure to follow Inlight Trading on all of those. I believe on Twitter it's Inlight_trading. Everything else is just Inlight Trading. That's my trading education company. Follow me on Twitch. All of those who are joining today live, I appreciate it. I'm going to do a quick recap for all of you who may have joined late. Quick recap of the day. We took 4 trades today. We took this trade here in BPTH, was a breakout trade over this 550 level. That was a resistance level on the daily chart. We took that breakout. It saw a pretty big volume spike as we were breaking that, so it looked good. It's going to test that level again here shortly. Ended up coming down, ranging sideways a little bit and making a little bit of a move up now. Every time it moves up, it has more volume than the move down, which is pretty bullish. We also took AT&T over this resistance level from pre-market, set the stop under low of day, moved up, tested this level, ranged around it, tested as support for these few candles, then resistance, and now it's moved up. It's stayed up ever since and is slowly ranging up like we've seen in a few stocks the past few days, in a few of our trades the past few days, this slow range up above our entry level until it hits our target. So we'll see if this one hits our target later today. We also got into a trade in Sirius XM. This trade was similar to the AT&T trade in the sense that we're trading off of pre-market resistance. This level around 6 whole number came down, came up, tested that whole number, saw some increase in volume, so we got in case this one continued going up. Except for in this one, we were able to get into such a cheap option price here at 5 cents, which is the minimum option price in the stock because it sells in increments of 5 cents. So this one, even though we have a stop loss, we're not out of it because there is essentially no risk in this. We can let it run. We can let it expire. The expiration is next Friday on October 30th, I believe. Yeah, October 30th expiration. So we can just let this run. It can expire, we lose $5, or we stop it out and lose $5, doesn't matter. So we might as well just let it run for the next week, see what it does. We took this Delta trade, beautiful trade. There was a bit of a bull flag setup out of the open with a entry at 32.20 and a stop at 32 that some people might have taken. However, this wasn't up enough for me to watch it. I was waiting for airlines to prove that they were going to continue up. So it did. It continued moving up. It set this high of day, pulled back. We were watching it on the 2-minute as well as the 5-minute pullback. We got this 5-minute red candle. You can see it down here, and then it turned around, had this doji candle right here. We took it, I liked this curl, these 5 red candles here, then a green candle, doji. Then on the 7th candle, we got a reversal at this level that was somewhat SR at around 32.60, but we got in at the high of that candle. And I liked this trade because even if it reversed and turned down for the day, totally fine if that happens. We had a very tight stop. So we were able to take this with very limited risk, take it up. It blew through our target, so we held on to it to see how high it would go. Sold it on one of these moves, one of these red candles on the move down, and we secured, I believe, $21 in profit on that one. Thank you for everybody who came in and joined, 9 viewers today. That's awesome. I appreciate all of you who came in, all of you who chatted, all of you who were talking about stocks with me, and all of those who were just patiently sitting there in silence, either playing this stream in the background, giving me the view, letting this stream rank higher on Twitch so that more people can find the stream and get this educational trading content, which is wonderful. I love helping people. I love teaching people. So you're helping me accomplish that by supporting this stream. So thank you very much. If you want to see a recap of today's trading day right now, after I close the stream, I'm going to edit a YouTube video and upload that. And that'll be a recap. It will be about 50 minutes long to an hour long, with some of the rants cut out, some of the conversations cut out, and just the trading stuff that's important as a recap. I'm going to post in chat, Inlight SAC as a command in chat. There's a blog post there. Those of you who are watching this on YouTube, go check out my blog post. There's going to be a link in the description, or go to inlighttrading.com/post/SAC. Yes, Chris in chat, share it. Absolutely. So on that blog post, you will see a daily update of this small account challenge, the Inlight small account challenge, this $500 small account challenge that I'm doing. I upload onto that blog post a recap of the day, recap of the mentality, the thoughts that went in through that day in a short paragraph, as well as all the trades I took that day, the trades that are still open, the trades that I closed, and I even post screenshots of my trades in TD Ameritrade, screenshots of the confirmed orders, so that you know that all of these trades are real. So check back to that blog post every day for updates on the small account challenge. Other than that, please feel free, if you enjoy this content, to follow on Twitch, to follow on YouTube. If you follow everywhere, you'll be updated on this small account challenge as we go through every day, every week, every month, however long this lasts. It's a really fun challenge. I'm having fun so far, and I hope you're having fun with me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for our last trading day of the week, and then we could see how week 1 goes in this small account challenge. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Like the smoke in my lungs, you got me feeling so numb. Oh, all I felt was you. I was out of my mind, you were killing me inside. Yeah,